Hi guys, it's been a while since we've used our templates of shapes that we do our Play-Doh with during centers in our classroom. So today we're going to do them with Play-Doh. So if you have Play-Doh at home, you can follow along with me. Or if you don't have Play-Doh, you can make dough, or you can use a crayon and just color in the shape. So we are going to start with this shape. Do you know what this shape is? This is a rectangle. So I'm going to put this down so you can see my rectangle. So at school, in our centers, what we do is I'm going to use my handwriting without tears Play-Doh, but at school we use our colorful Play-Doh, and we try to use the same color as this. So I actually am lucky, and I have the same color as this rectangle. So at home, what you guys can do is you can draw a rectangle, and Mommy and Daddy can help you, and they can draw a rectangle, either with dotted lines, and then what we do at school is we trace the dotted lines like this, go up, over, and up. And you can trace the shape, and then you can fill it in with Play-Doh. Now, if you don't want to trace it and you just want to draw the rectangle, that's perfectly fine, but you want to make a rectangle with Play-Doh. So a lot of times this gets really tricky, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a blob of Play-Doh in the middle of the rectangle. So what do we do now? We're going to have to smash it down and spread it out, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off the paper. If you want to keep it on the paper, which is a little bit easier, you can do that. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to flatten the Play-Doh, and I'm going to fill the shape of the rectangle. And that doesn't look like a rectangle, right? So I want to spread it out. I want to use my fingers, my fine motor skills that we use to hold a pencil or a marker or a pen, or play with Play-Doh to make a rectangle. I want to spread it out. We want to get to the lines of the rectangle. It doesn't have to be right up, but we want our Play-Doh to look like the shape. So do we think that this looks like a rectangle? I think so. Isn't that cool? So at home, you made a rectangle, and you take it off, and you see rectangle. So we're going to jump into a circle now. Now this circle wants us to use green Play-Doh. We don't have green Play-Doh, and that's okay. If you do, you can use it. If not, you can just use any color you want. And we see something that's a circle is a cookie. If you want, you can make a cookie out of Play-Doh. You can use two different colors. But a lot of times we don't like mixing our Play-Doh because then we don't get the same color. So now we see a circle, but we want it to fit, right? The border that we drew. So at home, you guys can still draw the circle just like we drew the rectangle, and you get the Play-Doh to fit it. Now I think I have too much, so I'm going to rip some off. So you can find out if you have too much Play-Doh, if it's too thick. So I'm going to mash mine like this, and I'm going to spread it out. Remember to spread it out, you have to thin it. Just like you thin out the Play-Doh to do the handwriting without tears, you have to do it for this too. So I'm going to press it down. Oh, I'm going to press it down and see if that works. I believe I made a circle. Isn't that cool? And we will do one more shape. We'll do an oval. Now we need to see that there's a difference between an oval and a circle, right? Oval is a lot longer. So at home, draw the oval. You can trace it if you would like with dotted lines, or you can just draw it solid and fill it in. So I'm going to get my Play-Doh, and I'm going to stretch out. I kept my circle. You guys can do that. Keep your circle from the one you just made, or you can start with a fresh ball of Play-Doh and stretch it out to fit an oval. Just like this. It may take a while because an oval is a tricky shape. But next time we do this, we're going to bring out trickier shapes like a hexagon, an octagon, a diamond. Let's see. I went a little bit over. I want to make sure I see my lines of the oval. Just right to it. So there we go. That is an oval. So at home, guys, you can do all these shapes, and you guys can do a bunch of other shapes, but in the upcoming weeks, we will do some other shapes. I have some saved up for us and other activities with our Play-Doh. So bye, guys. Have fun practicing.